father sent for me abroad, but took my soul. When Mama died, I thought my world had ended. Papa had been gone for years, and the only family I truly had left was my elder brother, Ozaro. He was the golden child, the one everyone in the village boasted about. Ozaro is in London now, they would say. Ozaro has money. He promised me over the phone countless times. Sister, don't worry. Once I settle your papers, I'll bring you here. You won't suffer again. You'll wear winter jackets, not wrapper. You'll drink tea with milk, not Gary with water. So when the day finally came and I got my visa, I cried tears of joy. Everyone in the compound celebrated. They said I was lucky to have a brother like Ozaro. When I landed at Heathrow, Ozaro was waiting at the airport, smiling, dressed in fine clothes, gold chain on his neck. He hugged me tightly. Welcome to London, my sister. You're home now. His words warmed my heart. I thought my suffering had ended. But from that very first night in his flat, something felt wrong. The apartment was beautiful, yes, but it was too dark. Heavy curtains blocked out sunlight even during the day. The air was thick with the smell of incense. Strange markings decorated the corners of the walls. There was one door at the end of the hallway locked tight with an iron padlock. Before I could ask, Ozaro warned me. That room is private. Don't ever go inside. Do you hear me? I nodded. But in my spirit, a question lingered. Why? At night, I couldn't sleep. I heard whispers. Faint voices coming from that locked room. Sometimes it sounded like chanting. Other times, it sounded like crying. One night, I heard Mama's voice. Ivie. Ivie, my daughter. Run. I sat up, sweating. My heart raced. Could grief be playing tricks on me? Mama was dead. I had buried her with my own hands. But the voice, it was hers. Days passed, and I started to notice things. Ozaro never seemed to work. Yet, he drove expensive cars, wore designer clothes, always had bundles of cash. Neighbors whispered about his business, but no one knew exactly what he did. Sometimes, he would disappear in the night and return pale, his eyes bloodshot, his hands trembling. When I asked, he would just smile. Don't worry, sister. All this is for us. Soon, you'll enjoy. But the more I stayed, the more uneasy I became. Temptation is a dangerous thing. One afternoon, while Ozaro was out, I saw the key to the locked room lying carelessly on the dining table. My heart pounded. Against my better judgment, I took it. I unlocked the door. What I saw inside froze my blood. A large clay pot sat in the center of the room, filled with thick, dark red water. Around it, black candles burned, their flames strangely steady. The walls were smeared with chalk symbols. And floating inside the pot was something that made my knees weaken. Mama's necklace. The same coral bead we buried her with. The confrontation. I staggered backward, gasping. That was when I heard the door slam behind me. Ozaro was standing there. His face was cold, his eyes filled with something I had never seen before. You shouldn't have seen this, he whispered. I trembled. Brother, what is this? Mama's necklace. Why is it here? He walked slowly toward me, his voice calm but chilling. Do you think wealth comes easy in this land? Do you think it's by working double shifts in McDonald's that I drive a Benz? No, sister. In this country, it is either you take, or you are taken. I chose to take. He confessed everything. Every family member he had brought abroad before me had vanished, their souls trapped inside that clay pot, feeding his wealth. And now, he said, raising a bowl of the red water, it is your turn. That night, I dreamt of Mama again. She stood in white, tears streaming down her face. "Ivie, my child," she cried. "He used me too. That necklace tied my spirit to him. Run before it's too late." When I woke up, the door was locked from the outside. Ozaro stood there, chanting, holding that bowl, calling my name. I don't know how I escaped that night. Maybe it was Mama's spirit, maybe it was God's mercy. But I fled into the cold London streets barefoot, never looking back. Till today, I still hear Osaro's voice in my dreams, chanting, calling me back. And sometimes, when I pass a mirror, I swear I see Mama's necklace hanging around my neck. Moral of this story: not everyone who offers to help you truly wants the best for you. Even family can hide dangerous secrets. Trust your spirit. If something feels wrong, it usually is. Wealth gained through blood and sacrifice never ends well. What lesson did you learn from this story? Follow us for more.